it's Debbie Wright, Tastefully Simple Team Mentor, and I want to talk to you a little bit about mix and mingles. I did my second one today. I did one a couple of months ago that was with empty nesters, and it was about $600, and I was thinking, well, maybe it was because I was with empty nesters. Guess what? Guys, I did one today with stay-at-home moms, and I had the same results. This is a new thing that we need to be doing. Fabulous, fabulous. In fact, I had 7 guests that were there. And I went around and I asked, has anybody ever been to a Tastefully Simple party before? And there was one girl that raised her hand, and I said, and did they do the typical pass around and sit here and talk? And she said, yeah. She said it kind of hesitantly. I said, did you enjoy it? And she was like, not really. I didn't get to talk to my friend. I kept getting shushed. What does that sound like? So I said, well, you're in luck because that's not what we're going to do today. Today we're doing a new format that's called Mix and Mingle. And what we're going to do is I have separate stations set up that you're going to be able to walk by and try them and talk with your friends and talk about the easy things you might be able to do with them or just about what's going on with your day. Does that sound good? Everybody kind of nodded their head. I was like, well, cool. Well, we've got one station set up. It's going to be appetizers, so to speak. We've got another one set up that will be entrees. And then we've got another that's going to be desserts. And those names are just kind of, like I said, just to give it a name. Now, I do have a question for you. There's 2 ways we can do this. We can all split up, maybe 4 and 3 or 3 and 4. Actually, 4 and 4 was what I said because 8 including the host. So 4 and 4. Or if you want, we can just kind of have a free-for-all and y'all can just kind of do what you want to do. And so who wants to vote? So I felt like I was in school. So those who want to split up, nobody raised their hand. Those who want to do their own thing, they all raise their hand. I was like, okay, great. I'm going to be walking around, but first I want to tell you a little bit about what you're going to be eating. That way I don't have to answer the same question 40 times. Well, really 8, but 40 is a good number, right? And again, they laughed. So I told them about the bread and explained how to make the bread, that it's very simple. All you do is add a beverage to it. Beer works best, but you can use club soda or ginger ale if you don't have beer at hand. And you just mix it up. You put it in the oven. Who's my crust people? Okay, my crust people raise their hands. Who's my inside people? Inside people raise their hands. There's always a split room. So my crust people want to make muffins because it's going to make 12 muffins and there's more crust. My inside people are going to want to make the loaf because there's more inside, right? They laughed. They thought that was funny. Okay. So with the bread, you're going to be able to sample our sauces and also a few of our seasonings. I have our seasoned salt out, our Italian garlic bread seasoning out, and the new 4-pepper spice that's in our fall-winter catalog. And that's the little teaser item that I brought today. They're in a little cup. All you need to do is dip some of your bread in there and you'll be able to try the spice. You're going to love these spices because they're chopped and not crushed, and what that means to you is you don't have to use very much of it because they're going to reconstitute themselves when you start cooking. Who likes to cook? Okay. Who hates to cook? Okay. Who likes to cook but doesn't have the time? Every single hand went up. Great! That's why I'm here, because I'm going to give you shortcut cooking. That's pretty much a lot of what Tastefully Simple is. I'm going to cut your time in the kitchen. A teaspoon of our garlic, a clove. No more chopping cloves. A tablespoon of our onion is about like a medium-sized onion. You're no longer going to chop up onions unless, of course, you want the flavor of the onion. You want to actually eat the onion. That's a totally different story, and I sometimes do that, but they have to be Vidalia. Again, chuckle, okay? You want to interact with them. And then I let them know that on the appetizer side, we've got our nacho cheddar cheese ball, which is the pizza recipe that you see on your spring catalog. We also have corn black bean salsa. We have the onion made as dip. But remember I said a tablespoon is the equivalent to a chopped up onion. Okay, so we're going to cook with those. It's just easier to sample them as a dip. We also have our dill pickle dip. And if you love fried pickles, this is for you. I got so tickled, y'all. Side note, there was a Canadian there. She had no idea what fried pickles were. She was like, you fried pickles? And I was like, oh, honey, if you've never had fried pickles. She was like, that doesn't sound very good for you. I'm like, it's not. And I don't eat it anymore, but I was very, very, very excited to know that it came in a dip. You dip some kettle chips in it, and it's all there. Guess how many dill pickle chips I sold? I sold 3. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Now, then we've got desserts, and I had chocolate cake, the pound cake, we had the very cherry cheese ball and the Twisty Grams. Now, one thing that I did take with me when I talked about desserts was the My Mug Cake. If you do not have a My Mug Cake box, you need to order one, if not two, right now. Go ahead, stop this video, order you some mug cake right now. I was able to show the box. I was able to pull it out and show the fill line. I was able to show the actual cake mixes. They were all impressed that the cake mixes came with it, that the mug was lined, all of it, and it was only 20 bucks. They were even more impressed when I told them that we were doing them as fundraisers and that I would give them a percentage of what was sold and that it was about $7 a box. That got their attention even more so because they were like, wow, I mean, that's a decent fundraiser, right? So make sure you've got a My Mug box, if not 2 or 3, to be able to carry around everywhere you go. Okay, squirrel, where was I? Oh yeah, so that was set up at the dessert station. So then I said, okay, does anybody have any questions? Great. Well, one more thing before we go. In your folders, you will see the Create a Collection piece of paper. And what I love about the Create a Collection is, and I held it up. I took somebody's. I said, can I borrow this? And I held it up and I said, this is all you need to do. Is you're going to order 2 in this column, 2 in this column, 2 in this column, and 1 in this column. And then you get this fabulous price of $54.95, and you save a little bit of money. But what's really cool is that you get anything you want in the book at 30% off, which is my cost. That's where you really get your savings. And the reason that we created this was because we have collections in our catalog, and the number one question that I get is, well, can I make my own? I really don't want to put this in it, and I really want to outchange it with this. So this is the way that we have corrected that issue. And these are really popular. So as you're tasting, you might want to make note on the things that are on here because you're probably going to want this collection. Okay, great. Questions? Okay, well, let's get up and we will walk around. So they did that. And I told them that we were going to do that for about 20 minutes. And then I was going to be at checkout. That, y'all got 20 minutes to walk around. I'm going to be over here at checkout. I can add up anything you want because I really don't want to keep you past 12:30. If you want to stay past 12:30, then by all means do that. But, we said we would keep this to no more than an hour, hour and a half. So 12:30 is going to be it. Okay? So here's the results, and I wrote them down. I had 7 guests that were there to listen to my spill, which was maybe 10 minutes. And it was off the top of my head, and I know some of y'all are like, oh, I can't go off the top of my head. Yes, you can. You're just talking to people. This business is about building relationships, and it's about making friends. And all you're going to do is share with people what you know about the products. And, oh wait, you don't know anything about the products? Guess what you need to do? Order a perfect 10. Right now, with your mug cakes, order a perfect 10. When it comes next week, you need to be cooking with these products. You need to be using the products. And if you don't know how, message me. Go to my blog. Go to the Facebook site. Anything that you need to do, you need to do that.
Hey, Mom.
Just a second. My son just walked in. Hang on, babe. And this way, you can be able to say whatever you need to say about Tastefully Simple. Even if it's only those 10 products, you are the expert in that.